Anyway, today I'm reading 2 books. They are called Cinderella and Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So I'm going to read the Cinderella first. So here's Cinderella right here with her clothes, the birds. And here's some mice sewing, I guess. And, ooh, big pumpkin and sparkling? That's weird. Yeah, let's read. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother. The stepmother did not like Cinderella. She made her work very hard every day. I think that's the stepmother not liking Cinderella. Right here. Cinderella had 2 stepsisters. Their names were Drizella and Anastasia, I think. The stepsisters never had to walk. They just pranced around the house in their fancy dresses, and they always made fun of Cinderella because her dress was so plain. One day, a letter came to the house. Drizella and Anastasia, I think, cried the stepmother. Listen to this. She read the letter. It said, the king is giving a ball tonight. His son, the prince, will choose a wife. Every girl in the kingdom must be there. Yeah. And here's them making fun of Cinderella for a plain dress. And here's them so excited about the ball because they only got chosen. But let's keep on reading, see what else we can find. Then I can go too, said Cinderella. You? Cried the stepsisters, and they laughed and laughed. But it says every girl in the kingdom must be there, said Cinderella. The stepmother smiled and said, of course you may go, Cinderella. You may go if you do your work first, and if you have a dress to wear. Oh, thank you, said Cinderella, and she ran up to her room to get ready. And here's them talking, and here's them make fun of her, I don't know, like saying, you know, in the kingdom, yeah. Some mice lived in Cinderella's room. They were Cinderella's friends. She had even made little clothes for them. Guess what? She cried. I am going to a ball at the palace. Hooray! Cried the mice. Then she showed them an old dress. It just needs a little mending, said Cinderella, and maybe a sash and some beads to make it pretty. Yes, yes, Cinderella, said the mice. So here's the 3 mice, and this goes on them because Cinderella made them. And here's the dress she's gonna fix for the ball. Now let's see what's gonna happen. Cinderella, called the stepmother. Cinderella went downstairs. I want you to clean the floor and wash the windows and dust the drapes, said the stepmother. But I did that yesterday, said Cinderella. Do it again, said the stepmother. Cinderella walked as fast as she could, but there was always one more thing to do. That's mean. Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Oh dear, said Cinderella, I will never have time to mend my dress. Maybe they're trying to stop her. Look, that did not seem like a happy family who likes Cinderella. But I think I like Cinderella. As a friend, I would never do that to someone. Will you? I don't think you would. They make Cinderella walk, 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 said a fat mouse named Gus. She will have no time to fix her dress, said a skinny mouse named Jack. We can do it, cried the mice. We can fix Cinderella's dress, said the Cinderella's dress. Yeah. Gus and Jack sneaked into a big room. The stepsisters were dressing for the ball. I hate this old sash, said Drizella, and she threw it down. I never would to see these beads again, said Nantessa, and she dropped them on the floor. And is the mice want to help Cinderella, and here's them tossing things that they don't want to the floor. I don't know why they do that. Jack grabbed the sash. Gus picked up the beads. They took them to Cinderella's room. Look, we found these, said Gus. Now we can make Cinderella's dress really pretty, said Jack. They measured, they cut, they folded, they sewed. They walked and walked as fast as they could. The hours went by quickly. Here's them walking. Cinderella had to help the stepsisters with their dresses. When she was done, the stepmother said, "It is time to go to the ball, girls." "Are you ready, Cinderella?" "No," said Cinderella sadly. "I did not have any time to fix my dress." "Too bad," said the stepsisters. "You must learn to walk faster," said the stepmother. They watched Cinderella go up to her room. That was mean. I would never do that. When Cinderella opened the door, she saw something wonderful. Her dress is ready. Surprise! Cried the mice. "It is the prettiest dress I have ever seen," said Cinderella, and she put it on. Cinderella ran down the stairs. "Wait," she called. "I can go now. I have a dress." The stepmother and the stepsisters cannot believe their eyes. Look at them. Her new dress. Look, the stepsisters could not believe their eyes. That's what I meant. Okay. "My sash!" cried Drizella. "My bead!" cried Nantessa. They ripped off the sash and pulled off the beads. Cinderella's dress was ruined. "Come along, girls," said the stepmother. "The prince is waiting for you." And off they went to the palace. Cinderella was left behind. Going to the palace and whipping her stuff off. Cinderella ran into the garden. The mice ran after her. How I did wish to go to the ball," said Cinderella, "but it is no use. Wishes never come true." "Never, my dear," said a voice. Cinderella looked up. There was a little woman with a wand. "I am your fairy godmother," she said. "I am here to give you your wish." Fairy godmother looked so happy. And that's Cinderella. Let's see what happens next. "Now, let me see," said the fairy godmother. "I need a pumpkin and a horse and a dog. What luck, they are right here. And, oh yes, I will need some mice." When the mice heard this, they began to run, but the fairy godmother stopped them with her wand. "Now for the magic words," she said. "Bippity boppity boo!" Here they are. I want to try to run away, but that won't work. Huh. Let's see what you're gonna do. She waved her wand. The pumpkin turned into a coach. The horse turned into a coachman. The dog turned into a footman. And the mice turned into white horses. "Now hop in, my dear," said the fairy godmother. "But my dress, Cinderella." "Oh my," cried the fairy godmother. "I almost forgot." I wonder what she's going to do. She waved her wand again. Cinderella looked down. Her dress turned into a white gown. Her shoes turned into glass slippers. "Oh, thank you," said Cinderella. "Now hop into the coach," said the fairy godmother. "But remember, all the magic ends when the clock strikes 12. I won't forget," and said Cinderella, and off she went to the palace. So off she going. Look how beautiful dress. That is so beautiful. Wish I had a dress like that, but I don't. At the ball, the king was complaining. "The prince has met all the girls in the kingdom," he said, "and he has not found one he likes." "Give him time," said the Grand Duke. "He has had enough time," cried the king. Just then Cinderella came to the ballroom. When the prince saw her, he bowed. "May I have this dance?" he asked. Yes, Cinderella. Yes," said Cinderella. Look, saying yes. That's them talking. Maybe fighting. Let's keep him reading. I want to see what happens, don't you? All night the prince danced only with Cinderella. They danced around the floor as if in a dream. Everyone said, "How lovely she is. Who can she be?" That's Cinderella dancing with him. And those are the rest of the people. The hours went by quickly. Suddenly the clock began to strike midnight. Cinderella ran down to the palace steps. As she ran, she lost a glass slipper. When the prince reached the steps, Cinderella was gone. He picked up the tiny glass slipper. "The girl who wore this slipper is the girl I want to marry," said the prince. He told the Grand Duke to find her. Telling the Grand Duke to find Cinderella, and that's Cinderella running off to her carriage. Even before Cinderella was home, the magic ended. The coach turned back into a pumpkin. The coachman turned back into a horse. The footman turned back into a dog. And there were Cinderella and the mice, just as before. The next day, the Grand Duke took the glass slipper to every house in the kingdom. At last, he came to the house where Cinderella lived. Cinderella was up in her room. Peering back and with the glass slipper. Of course, the Duke has it. Cinderella tried to slip her. Her foot was too long. Then a dancer tried to slip her. Her foot was too wide. "Are there any other girls in this house?" asked the Grand Duke. "No," said the stepmother. Just then Cinderella came down and said, "Who is this?" asked the Grand Duke. She is only the maid," said the stepmother. "I don't care," said the Grand Duke. She too must try the slipper. It fit perfectly. That's what I was about. Let's then try. And nails and jewels. Sorry, I had to look. Then Cinderella reached in her pocket and pulled out the other glass slipper. The Grand Duke bowed to Cinderella. "You are the girl the prince says he must marry," said the Grand Duke. So Cinderella went to the palace and married the prince, and they lived happily ever after. Yeah, that's the mice again. Thank you guys for letting me read this book to you. I said I was going to read Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but actually I'm going to read another one because this book was super long. I don't have all time. So bye. See you in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And like and subscribe if you liked this book. Bye.